And we're about ready to go for Game 2 of the doubleheader today as we begin. There we go. John Luke Glanton, to close out the regular season, gets the start for the Spartans. It's been a good year for Glanton. He is 10-2 with a 3.08 ERA. Can he avoid some of the pitfalls that the other Tampa Aces have had in their final starts of the seasons? Notably, those big Barry innings that put a couple of runs on the board. Glanton's thrown 79 innings to a 3.08 ERA with 79 hits, 34 runs, 27 of them earned, 20 walks to 63 strikeouts. And he'll try to keep things quiet against a Barry team looking to not go quietly into the night, looking to end their season with a win. It'll be Dyson Joseph leading off, back in the lineup for this game. As we now get underway, first pitch from Glanton. It's hit to right field and will be caught on a diving grab by Jake Brooks. One down. What a play in the outfield. One away. That'll bring up Santiago now, one down. He'll take ball one to open as Glanton continues. One and one. Good take there. But a better pitch. Another strike. And Glenn staying ahead. Chop to third. Martinez closes in. Nice play. Two down. Two quick outs for Glanton on the mound. And that'll bring up Jalen Smith. Next inning, we'll go all over all of the changes to the Barry lineup for this game. But there are quite a few shuffles up and down the order. But with two outs, Glanton could end the inning on the very next pitch. Well, maybe the very next one after that. 0-1, fouled away. He'll hit that one sharply foul, and he's down 0-2. Two hard strikes. But it does keep Glanton in the driver's seat. This one to short. Picked up by Martinez and gets outs number 2 and 3 with a glove. Glanton wastes no time to start the game with 3 straight outs. And the scoreless streak for the Bucks will extend now an extra inning as we move to the bottom of the first. It'll be Robert Boying awaiting the Spartans. So it'll be Robert Boying getting the final start of the season for the Berry Bucks. He's 2-0 with a 4.96 ERA this season. And apart from having a funny name, he's got 16 innings on the mound, only 10 runs surrendered in that span, with 13 strikeouts and 9 walks. They'll be hoping that he has a slightly stronger outing than Blocker earlier today, who just struggled at the outset of the fourth, loading the bases with no one out. Well, before he loaded the bases, a run came home on an error and had to get pulled for Piperakis. He did a great job out of the bullpen. Tampa would eventually capitalize on him and Dalton Williams later. No real changes for Tampa. Let's just quickly run through their order. Jordan Evans, Braden Woodburn, Joander Irigoyen, Jake Books, Gunnar Carlson, Nick Pereira, A.J. Graham, Jack Martinez, and Luke Fiker. The only change being Fiker to short, Martinez to third. Otherwise, it's the ending 9 for the Spartans starting here. Also, Pereira forms the battery. One down on the first pitch, hit to Dyson Joseph. Let's give you a rundown of the Berry defense, given all the changes they've made. Forming the battery, it's Aquiles Orzano alongside Boying. At the hot corner, it's Anthony Trelongo. At short, it's Dyson Joseph. At second, it's Anthony Santiago. At first base, it's Sean Flynn. In left field, Aiden Hefner. In center field, Brandon De La Fena. And in right field, Luis Morales, strike one. Normally, the emotions would be running higher for the Tampa players, knowing that this could be the final home game of their Spartan tenures. And while it is going to be the final regular season game for our seniors, like Braden Woodburn, they do have tournament play coming up. And at worst, Tampa will finish second in the region, as that's a fair ball all the way down the line into foul territory. Standing double for Woodburn, just fair by a foot. And Tampa get a one-out base runner. Irigoyen moving from catcher to DH for this game. Pereira gets the reps behind the plate. That's a high drive from Irigoyen. And it's going to go over the wall for a ground rule double. Tampa leads 1-0. Didn't matter if that didn't go over the wall. Irigoyen probably wouldn't have had a triple, so double no matter what. Tampa takes the lead on the first pitch of the at-bat. The Spartans offense on a heater now. They came out and scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th. Giving themselves a very useful cushion when things got a little shaky in the 9th. It was Corey Lyle, Sparky's grandson, getting out of the jam. Very aggressive shift now towards Jake Books. Look at how far the third baseman is over. Almost backfired, foul by a foot. That would have made it 2-0 if it had just stayed fair. Curveball outside, 1-1. Not a bad idea from Boying, but couldn't clip the corner. That one's going to miss again. 2-1. Close call there. Swing and a miss. First whiff of the day for Boying. Nice fastball there. Down the line and foul. 2-2. Two and two now, one down. High and inside. Tried to frame it, but Arzano couldn't steal a strike. Full count to books with Carlson on deck. Swing and a miss on the payoff pitch. A very nice slider out of Boeing. That's two down. One on for Carlson to try to extend the lead. Tampa already has scored with two away. That one's hit foul, 0-1. After the foul, 0-1 to Carlson. Well, those away breaking balls now starting to hit for Boeing. Got the strikeout against Carlson with it. Strike, or not against Carlson, but Books. Now strike two to Carlson. Just outside, 1-2. That looked about as good as the previous strike call. And by the way, we will pivot back to that center field camera once the sun glare gets away from the camera. Sadly, it obstructs more than half of the field of view on that camera for now, so we're going to give you a little chance to see more of the field as there's a swing and a miss. Inning over. After giving up the run, Boeing bounces back. You know I had to make that punt at least once. To strike out two and leave a runner in scoring position. Tampa leads again as they look for the sweep. 2 hits, 1 run, 1 stranded. Anthony Trolongo leads off as we begin the brand new inning. But as we continue, let's give you the full rundown of the Barry order. Dyson Joseph led off. He's back at short. Lee Santiago batting second. Jalen Smith third. Anthony Trelongo fourth. Luis Morales batting fifth. Aiden Hefner sixth. This count goes 1-1. Aquiles Arzeno makes his first appearance of the weekend batting seventh. Sean Flynn does the same batting eighth. And Brandon De La Fena batting ninth. That's hit to left, and we'll take a one hop to Graham. A single to start the inning for Trelongo. Arzeno, a freshman. Flynn, a junior. De La Fena, a senior. So a couple of interesting rotations now with Glanton on the mound as we continue. Tipped foul and make it 0-1 for Luis Morales. Checks the runner. And now it's 0-2. Only 2 balls thrown the day from Glenn. He's been filling the zone. Got the corner. Strike 3 called. 1 down. First strikeout of the game from Glenn. Tampa struck out 9 in the previous game, and on Friday night, struck out 15. So they've had 25 Ks over 19 innings this weekend. Runner goes, throw, and they clipped his foot on the tag. Beautiful play to catch him stealing. It was a great jump from Trelongo, but Woodburn applied it in time. 2 down and an 0-1 count. Great pop by Pereira. One and one now. That one missing to Hefner. One and two. Two and two. Got him swinging for strike 3. Blanton cruising. One hit, but faces the minimum thanks to a runner caught stealing. And he's faced the minimum through 2 frames with Tampa on top. They'll try to keep the momentum going after Pereira's caught stealing runner, with Pereira leading off. The 813 jerseys on display for the final regular season game. The City Connect program debuted for the Spartans last season on their national championship run. And Tampa's always played pretty well in these jerseys. They're hoping to finish the season strong in them too. Oh, that one hits Pereira on the arm. I think it hit the pad, though. It was a very audible sound, and hopefully it did, because Pereira did have an arm injury earlier this season. He'll get on base to start the inning. I'm Taylor Story. You're watching here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Top of the second, one on for AJ. Bottom of the second, one on for AJ Graham. Ball one. They were expecting a potential bunt out of Graham. I mean, he's got the speed, but they might have had the scouting report wrong for A.J. Graham. He's not usually the guy that will be called to lay down a bunt in the spot. Graham has 3 homers on the year, 2 of them coming against Montevallo. Well, I'll be called incorrect there. He did square up for a bunt, fouled away, 1-1. Good thing that it goes too far away. Could have been a disastrous bunt there. Might have been in range for Arzano. This time they do a hit and run, and it'll avoid the double play. And Graham is out, 1 down. If the runner wasn't going, that's the easiest 6-4-3 that the Bucks would have had all weekend. But in motion, Joseph had to just go for the out at first. 1 down for Jack Martinez. Infield will slightly shift to the left now, taking on Martinez, who's back at the hot corner. And he's going to get hit. Boying going to that far right corner, just misplacing his command. He'll game plan a bit with Arzano for the next pitch calls as Fiker steps up. Opens up a double play ball, so not necessarily a terrible outcome for Boying. They also don't want to annoy the Spartans, who definitely would like to take advantage with some revenge hits. Checks the runner and fires. Outside, ball 1. One and one, fouled away. Earlier today, Fiker couldn't get a base hit, although every Spartan player did reach base at least once. Fiker did so in the 4th with a walk. He'd score on an error on a Braden Woodburn play. Now that's the curveball he was trying to go on, both hit by pitches. 1-2. One, two, still with one away, staying alive. I believe that might have been called a pitch clock violation. Maybe timeout. I have to see because the umpires did get in the way of the play. And they were confirming something with Boeing from what had previously happened. And now the 1-2. Runner goes, and the hit and run is perfect. Got plenty of time to score Pereira. It's 2-0 Spartans. Ground ball split the defense through the hole left by Joseph and Trelongo. And good job to evade the ball heading his way by Pereira, then making it home. Strike inside. That is on the inside corner. Evans not a fan of the call. Was worried about a potential hit by pitch. Maybe the misses from Boeing kind of working in the way. If you remember that seam from the Ray Durham movie, as that one almost takes Evans' head off, 2-0, where when the young gun pitcher with the command issues is finally locked in, Kevin Costner's character tells him to hit the bull to scare the batter. Maybe a little bit of the mind games, but inadvertently from Boeing with that curveball missing. Evans looking a little rattled, but he can definitely bounce back up 2-0. Runners go, and they will get the runner. He tried to swim 2 away. So Martinez barely out. Evans obviously can't try to interfere with the throw at all. He already was a bit of a standing obstacle, but Arzano gets it off. And Tampa loses a base runner. 2 down now for Evans. 1-1 count. Or 2-1 count. Popped up. That one's going to go off the net. And that'll bring it to 2 strikes. That one actually becomes a fan souvenir. The glare is now calmed down for this camera. So let's continue from here with the 1-2 count. And 2 outs. Tipped. Evans stays alive. That slider and curveball combo hasn't been too bad for Boeing. And this time, got him for strike 3. Boeing gets his 3rd strikeout. A caught stealing helps him out of the jam, but 2 hit by pitches and a single add to the Tampa lead. Off to the top of the 3rd. Tampa on top for the regular season. Brand new inning about to begin. John Luke Lanton taking on Arzano, Flynn, and Delafena for their first at bats of the weekend series. Barrie have kept their gray uniforms for this game. Tampa switching to the City Connects. Strike one. Tampa's had the number of Barrie in the all-time series. They are 93 and 28 all-time. Tampa have won 7 in a row against the Bucks, including the game today as the count goes 0-2. Last time they lost was back in 2024 on April 26th. Alex Caney took the L with the shadows getting in the way. Woodburn closes forward, one down. That'll bring up Sean Flynn.
First base number 9, Sean Flynn.
Glenn's doing a good job to keep his pitch count low. But again, we've seen both Satin and Bailey pick up hiccup innings where they have each surrendered more than 2 runs in a frame. Ball 1 high and inside. Hit to third. Picked up in play by Martinez. What a throw across the diamond. I think with these plays on defense, you got to give Jack Martinez SSC Player of the Week. Doesn't matter what he's done on offense. He has saved multiple runs with the glove. 2 down for Delafena. Flared foul. This one to the bullpen. But that's going to be too far away and off the net. 0-1. One and one now. There's only been one at bat with 2 balls from John Luke Quinn, and it still ended with a strikeout. That one missing. 2-1 now. Hit through the hole, out of reach of both the diving Fiker and Martinez. That'll be a 2-out single. I like the synchronized dives out of the Spartan left side infielders. But it'll be the second hit of the game for the Bucks. Top of the order, Dyson Joseph now with 2 down. Joseph, a sophomore out of Fort Lauderdale. Funny enough, despite playing exclusively shortstop this weekend, listed on the roster as an outfielder. So pretty flexible as a defender. One and 0. Trying to get a swing and a miss on the slider. Just outside, 2-0. A jump. But Delafena stays cook as the count goes 3-0. First 3-ball count from Glenn today. Squares up and will take ball 4. Two on, 2 outs. Here's Lee Anthony Santiago tying runs at first. 3-run homer earlier today for Santiago. The lone homer of the series for the Bucks. And outside of a 2 RBI triple out of Mendez, the only runs they mustered on today's game. One and one.
Tom, you need to know how to speak English first.
Inside, it'll be 2 and 1 now to Santiago. Lanton continues. Fouled, 2 and 2. Ball 3. Full count now. Smith on deck. Runners go, and will go again with 2 outs. And 2 strikes and 3 balls. That one's going to be hit down the line and foul. Some hard hits here in the full count. Grant still trying to find a way to get an easy out. Payoff pitch. That's hit to right. Deep but foul again. Each of these fouls are going deeper than the last. This time the 3-2 misses. The bases are loaded. Great take that time after a couple of good jobs fouling some balls off. And Glenn's in a bit of trouble here, just like Bailey and Sen had been throughout their outings. Chance maybe for Barry to try to burst into the lead. They did so on Thursday, but couldn't hold on. Swing and a miss, someone won, and Smith falls behind to start the at-bat. Grounded out earlier. Popped up. Can Evans find it in the sun? He will. Inning over. It's a routine play, but not the easiest. The bases get loaded, but Glanton leaves him that way to preserve the 2-0 Tampa lead through 2.5. So we move on to the bottom of the third. Robert Boeing bounced back after giving up a run in the first for a little bit of a cleaner second inning. I'm Taylor Storley. Thank you for tuning in here on the SSC Digital Network. Final game of the regular season for your Tampa Spartans. And the final game of the season for the Berry Bucks. Barring a miracle on Selection Sunday, they'll bid farewell to the 2026 season. Ball one to start the inning. Braden Woodburn gets ahead. Woodburn opened with a double back in the first. He'll take ball two. Tight strike zone today. Ivan Mercado behind home plate. Roberto Knox Reyes in the infield. Swapping roles for game two. 2-1. On the inside corner, strike two. Great spot for the slider. 2-2. High, ball three. And Irigoyen could get a base runner to start the inning. Into the gap, and despite losing the hat, it'll actually go to the right fielder. Telefono has the hat for nothing on that play. One down. Weak contact is exactly what Boeing wanted. Here's Irigoyen. Strike one. That's going to be hit into the gap. Clean line drive, and Irigoyen gets his second hit. A single and a double. You know, a triple and home run would put him on cycle watch. But for now, he'll stay on first with one away. Fourth hit of the game for the Spartans. Just outside, 1-0. Jake Books lost out on a full count last time. Two and 0. Two and 1. Good spot for the strike against Books. Two and 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And books hard into the gap. That'll get to the wall. And hits off the wall, not over it. They'll send Irigoyen home. Relay is not in time. RBI double from Jake Books, scoring Irigoyen from first. His first hit of the day after 3 consecutive strikeouts, spanning from the end of the previous game and start of this one, puts Tampa up 3-0. And Tampa can really keep blowing the game wide open here. That'll miss ball 1. Outside corner, 1-1 to Carlson. Swing and a miss, 1-2. One, 2 on the way from Boeing. Almost hits him, missing inside. 2-2. Only 1 out as well. That's going to be lined over the head of Joseph. It'll be 4-0 Tampa. Carlson stays at first with an RBI single. Back-to-back hits. Tampa is cooking as that'll be the day for Boeing. He'll get bounced here in the third. Final game of the season. No reason for Barry not to try to go deep into their bullpen, let some guys get some outings. Boeing didn't look too bad today. Hit his spots well, but Tampa just got the better of him with those hits. He'll exit in line for a loss after 2 1/3. Call to the bullpen for Barry. Here in the bottom of the third. They bring out Sean Driscoll. Driscoll has had a couple starts this season. 8.33 ERA, 3-2 record. Also had a shutout. He'll try to pick up the pieces here in the bottom of the third. Ball one high and inside to Pereira. One on, one away. Inside, 1-1. 50 pitches in total for Boeing for his final outing of the season. Driscoll his final outing of his tenure with the Bucks. And he'll start going up 1-2 to Pereira. Hit by a pitch to start the game. He later came home to score in the second. Tampa has scored in each of the last 4 innings played. Low and in. 2-2. Foul. Pereira stays alive. Three and two. That one missing low and away. Payoff pitch. Sharply to short. Joseph slows it down a little, but can't make the grab. 4 hits in a row, bringing Carlson to second. A single for Pereira.
Now batting left fielder, number 25, A.J. Graham.
Who's that creeping through my window? Before you come outside, I got the info. Took it to the end zone from the end zone.
Can Graham also get on base? Everyone except Jordan Evans has for the Spartans. That has had 2 at-bats. And Martinez and Fiker with 1 at-bat have also gone aboard in their first tries. Two and 0. Two and 1. Good spot for that fastball. Two and 2. A bit low, but clips the zone, and Graham's in a bit of trouble. Tipped almost into the glove. They are going to give a bit of space for Arzano in case he was a little bit hurt. Although Arzano's like, nope, I'm fine. It'll still be 2-2, as he's good to continue. Fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fouled back, still 2 and 2. Slider outside, and the count will go full. That one misses. Bases loaded. Great at bat out of A.J. Graham. Trying to get to Driscoll. And the bases are full for Jack Martinez. By the way, for Graham, that is his 7th walk of the season. Replacing the injured Ponce. And they will give Graham a breather. Iovino in as a pinch runner. And he'll stay in the game on defense. Iovino wearing the 38 that had started the season with Devin Goldberg. Iovino is a true late season call-up, though, for the Spartans roster out of JV, and will be present as a depth outfielder for the playoffs. Cool to see Iovino getting some action. He's a 6'6 sophomore out of Redfield, Massachusetts. 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. High leverage spot here for Martinez. 263 average on the season. 17 RBIs. He's had 9 extra base hits. 2-1. He'll get ahead of Driscoll. Bullpen empty for the Bucks. They're going to rely on Driscoll's arm to get out of the inning. Two and two. Martinez to left. That's going to drop and can bring home a run. Throw from left is a beauty, but not in time. Pereira slides in safely. Carlson slides in safely. Pereira to second. Actually, Pereira does slide in safely. 2 score to make it 6-0. Up to 19 as the count goes. 1-0 to Fiker. Martinez extending his RBI tally on the season. Swing and a miss down low. 1-1 now. A huge inning here for the Spartans. They've scored 4. Boeing officially ends with 2 1/3, 6 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, and 3 strikeouts, 1 and 2. Didn't walk anyone, though, so that is a positive for Boeing. That's lined and caught at second. What a grab by Santiago. 2 down. Both teams making some big defensive stops. That play from Santiago probably saved a runner at the very least, prevented the bases from getting loaded again. So Coop gets the loose bat as we go to the top of the order. Jordan Evans looking to get on base for the first time today. 8 out of the 9 Spartans have gotten aboard. Evans is 0 for 2. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Six 0 Tampa here in the bottom of the third. And he quickly gets 2 strikes to Evans. That line drive definitely given Driscoll some momentum after a hit, a walk, and another hit. scoring all the inherited runners from Boeing. Just high. Ball 1. Evans ended the second with a strikeout. If he keeps this inning going, Woodburn will have a second at bat. But he won't. Swing and a miss, inning over. So a bit of a quiet day, struggling a bit for Jordan Evans. That'll take us to the top of the 4th. Tampa put 4 on the board. One of their most productive innings of the weekend. Cholongo leads off for the Bucks. We're back at the birdcage, regular season finale for the Spartans. But baseball at the birdcage will not be done this year. NCAA tournament right around the corner as that one's flared to right and foul. 0-1. It'll be Thursday the 14th that South Region play begins. Tampa looking to either be the 2 or 1 seed. They should be the 1 seed if you look at national rankings. In-region wins are relatively close to the winning percentage to West Florida. The Argonauts have a slight advantage, which is why the NCAA currently has them at first and Tampa at second. 1 down, another great play by Martinez at the hot corner. But this weekend series could be enough for Tampa to try to catapult back into the lead. Also depends on West Florida and how the Gulf South Conference tournament goes. They play in a conference that does have a postseason. That'll get down into the gap. Evans tracking all the way back. Unlike the triple that scored 2 against Bailey to knock him out of the game, doesn't need to dive and miss the ball to get that one. UWF came out on top in the West Florida in the Gulf South Conference Championship earlier this week. They started by beating Mississippi College, who had lost in the regional final to Tampa here last year. Then they beat Trevecca Nazarene. They run-ruled Lee in the semifinal and beat Delta State in the championship. Inside, ball 1. 1 on for Hefner. Swing and a miss. Inside, 2-1. That one hit to second. They could turn two. Fiker to first. Got it. One hit, but another double play this weekend from the Spartans makes it a 1-2-3 inning. Barry have gone cold at the plate, and Tampa are heating up. Bottom of the fourth, it'll be 2, 3, and 4 when we come back.
Leading off the bottom of the fourth inning for Tampa, second baseman number 2, Braden Woodburn.
Woodburn hit a milestone this weekend, becoming the 21st Spartan to get 200 hits in his career. He's added to the tally with a couple of hits today, including a double to start game 2. Check swing. He goes around, strike 1. Driscoll continues on the mound. And it'll be strike 2. After having some command issues out of the game, he's settled in, getting some back-to-back strikes. Started with the out from Luke Fiker. 1-2. Hit to third and caught. Good catch by Trelongo. One away. That'll bring up Joander Irigoyen. And that will be ball 1. It is high. It is deep. It is gone. Number 9 for JoJo Irigoyen. Never a slump for Poppy. Tampa leads 7-0. Tampa leads 7-0, but scratched out reverse it. Double-digit homers for Irigoyen as he celebrates at the dugout. What a way to cap off Senior Day for the Spartan legend. inside, ball one. Earlier in the season, and one of the opening home runs from Irigoyen. Mentioned that he had broken out of a slump back when his average coming off that first weekend series was below the Mendoza line. And one of the top comments on the Instagram post of the replay, it was never a slump for Poppy. And you know what? Since then, he's batted over 400, so they were right. 1-1, fouled away for Jake Books. High and inside, this one clips the corner. That one hit to second. 2 down. Santiago to Flynn, an easy out. Here comes Carlson.
Make sure you guys do camera cuts. Officiating for the University of Tampa, number 28, Matthew Vogel.
And the first of a few changes will be made here. Tampa up by 7. They'll bring up Matthew Fogel. Carlson ends his day 1 for 2 with an RBI. As Fogel takes outside, ball 1. Not a surprise to see Fogel get a chance here. Another one of the seniors who was honored today. 2-0. Fogel, with 1 hit on the season in limited appearances, has gotten on base at a .357 clip, though. Two and one. And that one hits him on the leg. Another hit by pitch. That one just a fastball missing inside. They'll keep Herrera in the game here. Iovino on deck, ready for his first at-bat on the top team. Iovino came in as a defensive replacement yesterday and is ready to go right here. If there's a double play or any out, he actually might have to wait till the next inning. But for now, it'll be ball 1 high to Pereira. Hit by pitch and a single, which he got on a full count against Driscoll. Greeting him out of the bullpen with a bang. He'll take another one to center. Fogel stays at 2. And for the first time in his Spartans career, it's the number 38,
Center fielder, number 38, Jack Iovino.
Jack Iovino. Transferred last season from Merrimack College to the Spartans. Back in Massachusetts, he taught hitting lessons to athletes ages 7 to 14 and even coached in-town sport programs. Wonder if he'll be present helping out some of the baseball camps later this summer here at UTampa. 1-1 to Iovino. Hitting over 300 on JV. Featured twice on the road against Deckard as a defensive replacement. As he goes down 1-2. This will be his first at-bat of the season, though. Swing and a miss. Gets tied up with a changeup, inning over.
One run, 2 hits,
Second strikeout
and 2 runners left on base as we're through 4, Tampa 7.
for Driscoll, as the only run he surrenders is the long ball from Irigoyen. 7-0 Tampa. It's a 10-on-10 showdown. Arzano against Glanton. He's looking for a fifth inning on the mound today. Got into a bit of trouble in the third. Got out of the jam. First pitch. Hit to second. One strike. One down to start the inning.
Batting first baseman number 9, Sean Flynn.
Flynn ready to go. He grounded out early in his last at bat. A lot of ground outs today from John Luke Glanton, forcing weak contact. Very nice gritty outing from Glenn. Exactly what Tampa will be looking for out of him in the playoffs. Regional play will feature all 4 teams here on the SSC Digital Network. So that one's going to be hit deep into the gap. That one's an 0 off the wall. Iovino gets there. His throw not in time. Double for Sean Flynn. First extra base hit of the game for the Bucks.
Now batting center fielder number 23, Brendan Delpena.
Delavena ready to go with 1 out. He's been in center field today for Barry. That might have been the final inning out of Driscoll. Players actively warming up out of the Barry bullpen. 7-0 Spartans at this stage of the game. Strike one. Strike two. Oh, 2 from Glanton. Doesn't go. They appeal the check swing, 1-2. Oof, that looked good, but must have been just a hair low. 2-2 now. Don't think you can get away with another take in the spot like that if you're going to be cautious if you're Delafena. 2 strikes, 1 out. And that is ball 3. Payoff pitch from Glanton. Foul. Takes 1 turn to the left of the line. And we continue. Another payoff pitch. Hits him. Misses for Glanton and allowed another base runner. First HBP out of the Spartans staff in this game. Double play opportunity on the board now for Tampa.
Now batting shortstop number 2, Dyson Joseph.
Outside corner, strike 1 to Dyson Joseph. Got on board with a walk in his last AB. outside, 1-1. That one's going to miss. 2-1. So once again, a couple of command issues for Glanton. Pereira checking up on him. Shadow creeping over the plate. I have to see how long Glanton goes. Keep an eye on the pitch count as we continue. Quick conference is over and they're ready to continue. Hit foul, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Santiago on deck. Three and two. That one fouled, so we go full again. They might run, they might not. Good job protecting by Joseph. Still 3 and 2. So runners on first and second. And it'll still be runners on first and second with strike 3. That is the third strikeout for Glanton. Still 2 on, and the dangerous Santiago at the plate. Fouled, strike 1. Walked last time, homered in the previous game. That one missing, clipping the corner, 1 and 2. Two and two. Three and two again, another full count. And with the pitch count climbing, I'd imagine that should Glanton escape as the runners go, we'll take the rest of the day off. Says he's only on 63 pitches, but I think it's got to be more than that. Down the line and foul, so we'll go again. Right by the busy bullpen for the Bucks. That one's hit to right center field. Books is their inning over. And another big escape for Glanton. 3 full counts in a row. He actually gets 2 outs on them. 1 hit, 2 left on board. And we enter the bottom of the 5th. 7-0 Spartans. Alex Brown out of the bullpen for the Bucks. We start a brand new inning here. Brown on the season, a 5.40 ERA. Strikeout 9 and 8 1/3 so far. Lefty's the senior out of Manassas. Manassas, Virginia, strike 1. He'll face Martinez, Fiker, and Evans. Don't know if there will be a change for Evans coming up in the 5th. We'll have to wait and see. Outside, 2-1. Three and one now for Martinez, comfortably ahead in the count. Fiker on deck. Sharply to third, bounces off of Triango. Martinez, his second hit of the day. He's going to hustle to second. I don't know if that's the world's greatest sportsmanship up 7, but you like the effort. They were slow to get to it, and now it opens up the door for Fiker for an RBI. There will be some rotations. Dennis McCaffrey on deck. Strike 1 fouled away by Fiker. Fouled, 0-2. That one's going to get hit to first. Good hustle for Fiker. He's going to beat the throw. They say they got him out. Good hustle from Fiker. Might have been right at the line with the pitcher. One down. Martinez to third. That'll bring up Dennis McCaffrey. He comes in off the bench. There will be another change as well for the Spartans on deck. They'll be bringing on Drew Kennedy. One out, runner on third. Infield playing pretty shallow. Low and inside. Blocked by Arzen. Ball one. Two and 0. On the season, Kennedy just 1 for 7, but he's drawn 4 walks and he's gotten hit by a pitch twice, getting a .538 on base percentage. McCaffrey, on the other hand, hitting .200, also getting on base with 4 walks and 3 hit by pitches. Two and 2. Two balls, 2 strikes to McCaffrey. Ball 3. Ball 4, and McCaffrey works a walk. Double play open now for Drew Kennedy. He'll step up here with 1 away. Momentum squarely with the Spartans. On the inside corner, strike 1 to Kennedy. Lefty on lefty matchup now. Make it 0-2. Got him, strike 3. 2 down for Joander Irigoyen, due up. And they will bring him back. 2 on, 2 away. A triple for Irigoyen would give him the cycle. Ball 1. High, but just popped up to left. Hefner gets there. Inning over. Tampa set the table with a hit and a walk. They leave both runners on. And for the first time in this game, they go scoreless. They still lead 7-0. So here we go with a call to the pen. Alex Lash relieving John Luke Glanton. 4 hits, a handful of runners thanks to 2 walks and hit by pitches. 3 strikeouts and a 0 in the run column. Glanton does enough to exit in line for what would be his 11th win of the season, as long as the Spartans can hold on. Smith, Trelongo, and Morales due up. We'll see how long Lash can go out of the bullpen. Tampa's gotten great numbers from their relievers today, only pulling Velasquez after 4 batters faced due to a walk and hit by a pitch. Strike 1. Bailey worked all the way to 100 pitches before getting chased out of the game in the 5th. Glanton gets the day off after 70. No hustle out of the box. He knew he was going to be out for a while. 1 down. A lot of changes on the Spartans' defense. They've got Fogle at first. Kennedy behind the plate. Iovino in left. McCaffrey in center. Could see more changes later. Books, Fogle, and Pereira due up. Leave Pereira playing out in the infield. Or outfield. Outside corner, strike 1 from Lash to Trelongo. Singled but got caught stealing in the 2nd. Two strikes now. Swing and a miss. Nice slider from Lash. 2 down. Quick start to the 6th. Outside, ball 1. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Swing and a miss from Lash. 1-2. He went around for strike 3. Inning over. Great outing for Lash. Done on just 3 batters. To the bottom of the 6th, Tampa leads Aiden Yu out of the bullpen. Fouled for strike one. Replacing Jake Books to lead off the frame for the Spartans is Jake Turr. 1-1 now for Jake Turr. 280 average in limited appearances. Bit of a Swiss Army knife for the Spartans. Play across the infield as the count goes 1-2. 2-2. Solid fastballs out of Aiden Yu, the senior righty out of Pittman, New Jersey. Began his college career in Salem Community College. Then made his way down to Florida. Chop to short. Good hustle from Turr. He is out by a step. One down in the bottom of the sixth. Fogel will go again. Hit by a pitch to start his day. That'll miss, ball one. Fogel getting ahead to start the at-bat. Two and 0 now. And ball four. Pereira stays in the game, getting more action on defense. High and inside, ball one to Pereira. After getting that first out, a little shaky with 5 straight balls.
Vabbè, perché era lì, era qua. Cosa devo fare? No, era lui per fare, non chiamo io, non chiamo sempre lui. Era qua.
2-0. Two and one. Two and two. Time briefly called.
No. Perché devo tra 25 minuti. Tra 10 minuti arrivo sto.
So we're about to continue 2 and 2.
Di lì 20.
high, ball 3. On deck is Iovino, ready for his second at-bat with the top team. And that one's foul back to stay full. 1 out, 3-2 count.
Secondo noi hai bisogno di muovere un po' la mano.
Sì, però penso che da lì o a loro, insomma, vediamo.
Ball 4. 2 base runners now for the Spartans with 1 away. Great at bat there from Pereira. Putting you in a bit of trouble. Iovino will look to avoid the strikeout he had last time, going up against Driscoll. Not only is he a defensive replacement, staying in the game at the plate, strike 1. There was no outs. Maybe you consider bunting the runners over. But also you're up 7. Swing and a miss. Iovino unable to keep up with a heater. Gets a piece of it. Good job to foul and stay alive for Iovino. Still down 0-2, though. Ball gets away. Both runners advance. One, 2 on the way. Still you ahead in the count. Ball 2. A lot of Barry fans or players not happy about it. There already has been a little bit of chirping earlier in the inning. I believe one of the earlier calls that stopped play was a warning issued to you. This time almost hits Iovino, full count. Could load the bases. Iovino set for the payoff pitch. Runners at second and third. Ball 4. Iovino gets on base for the first time in his Spartans career. And now it's Jack Martinez, ready to go. Luke Fiker will be replaced on deck. Another one of the starters exiting, just leaving Irigoyen, Pereira, and Martinez. Will there be a call to the pen? Trying to see if there's anyone ready. Doesn't look like it for now. Maybe it's just a focus up kind of talk on the mound. You had 2 strikes against Iovino. Iovino fouled a pitch off, and then you just couldn't locate the zone. And I'd imagine if I was Barry's coach, wouldn't be the world's happiest seeing the starter or the pitcher miss the spot so often against someone who was struggling to challenge. Iovino now at first, Pereira at second, Fogel at third. Bases loaded for Martinez. 2 RBIs on his single back in the third. He also doubled. Like Irigoyen, could actually have a chance at a cycle. Should he go yard or should he hit another triple? Yesterday hit a triple as that's ball 1. It was the first triple of the year for Martinez. 16th of the season for the Spartans. Tampa have almost had as many triples as home runs conceded as the count goes, 2-0. They've hit 16, they've conceded 19 homers. Or 18 homers, actually. They did update from the previous game And the shot from Santiago. Lined up the middle. That'll get down to bring home one. They'll hold him at third to keep him loaded. They had a stutter for a second at second. Pereira couldn't keep running because there was one out, and they don't want to get doubled. RBI single for Martinez. Bases full for Jacob Makara. He has one career RBI and now has the bases loaded. Barry do have a righty tossing in the bullpen. See if they do make that change. I believe it would be Matthew Devine, a freshman out of Jacksonville, Florida. Ball one low to Makara. Get to see the seniors for the Spartans alongside the young guns today. Low and in, 2-0 to Makara. He's a true freshman out of Charleston, South Carolina. Went to Bishop England High School. 2-0 on the way to Makara. Ball three. Like some of the other young Spartan players, doing a good job of plate discipline, Makara has drawn 2 walks for a 270 on base despite a 111 average. They might not hit the ball super well, but they've got good vision. And that is going to be strike one. Base is still loaded and a 3-1 count to Makara. If you're Makara, maybe just let him walk you. Swing and a miss. That was going to be a strike. Good swing attempt there. 3-2 with one down. Base is loaded. Bottom of the 6th. Tipped foul. That one an awkward ricochet off of Arzano. Tampa's bench liking that foul ball to keep him alive. It's still pretty sunny out, but about to turn to 7 p.m. Payoff pitch again. Ball 4. Makara with an RBI walk. 9-0 Tampa. And that is curtains for you, exiting after a third of an inning. So command issues getting the better of you here. We'll be right back. Bases loaded for Dennis McCaffrey. Welcome back to the University of Tampa. Tampa baseball continues. And he will take strike one. It's Matthew Devine, the freshman, out of the bullpen for the Bucks. Devine getting trusted in the situation to try to escape. On the season, hasn't been too bad. That one's going to be hit to third. Foul called. Strike two. Could have been an inning-ending double play if he had caught it in fair territory. Devine, typically used in low-leverage outings like this, did end up in the win column and part of a shutout effort earlier this season. 2 strikes, 1 out for McCaffrey. Here's Devine. Swing and a miss. Gets McCaffrey chasing on 3 pitches. And that'll bring up Kennedy. Drew Kennedy struck out on 3 pitches last time. Now he gets a chance to face the righty. He was facing Brown, the lefty, in the previous inning. 9-0 Tampa. Outside, ball 1. On the ground to first, this will let him escape with the bases loaded. And no, the ump's going to say it was going to go foul. Wow. Played it a little bit too slowly there. Tampa's bench absolutely loving that Drew Kennedy's still alive. It is a 9-0 Tampa lead, so you imagine the response, while probably annoyed, won't be as agitated out of the Bucks bench. And Kennedy will keep going. Swing and a miss, 1-2. One, two on the way. Checked up. Did not go. 2-2. Barely held. It was a scary check swing, but did just enough to not go around. Still bases full, still 2 down. 2-2. Hit up the middle. That one picked up at short. They'll get the force 10 the frame. Tampa leaves them loaded. And still 1 run away from a chance to end things early. We'll be back. So here we go with Lash continuing on the mound. Tampa up 9-0. They've extended their advantage. Barry will be able to survive this inning. Tampa wasn't able to put them in reach of having their season end early. Fouled, strike one. Hefner, Arzano, and Flynn due up. Lash had a clean inning out of the bullpen last time, and he'll continue right here. Two strikes. Despite the long delay from the 8-batter inning, he'll continue. That one hit to second. One down.
Catcher number 10, Achilles Arzano.
Arzano ready to go again. Outside, ball one. Two and 0. Three and 0. Flynn on deck. Ball four. So after two groundouts, Arzano keeps the bat on his shoulder and gets on base. One away for Flynn.
Back number 9, first baseman Sean Flynn.
Ball one. Wonder if Sam would come out here soon just to maybe get Lash to refocus. 5 straight misses out of him. One and one. Popped up, giving chase. That's going to stay in play. And Fogel can't make the catch. He won't get called for the error, but definitely tough to see the ball at that space of the field. That'll add a second strike, though, to Flynn. Lash still ahead in the count. That is over the head. A line shot by Pereira. Picked up in center by McCaffrey. 2 on, 1 out. Almost made an impressive leaping catch. First hit surrendered out of the bullpen
Now batting center
for
fielder
Lash.
number 23, Brandon Della Pena.
Strike one this time to De La Pena. Got hit by a pitch and singled. 2 hits against Glanton, or 2 times aboard against Glanton. And now he takes on Lash. Oh, and 2. Almost got him late on that. Staying alive. De La Pena. That one's taking a deep left field. See ya. And Barry will likely stay alive a bit longer. 3-run shot out of De La Pena. It's a road senior day for him, but he is having a whale of a game. His second hit, 3 RBIs.
Home run by Brandon De La Pena. That is his home run number 2 of the season.
Where did Panini go?
That walk really stings for Lash. He was put in a position where he had to get aggressive. De La Pena made him pay. 9-3 here in the bottom of the 7th, 1 out. Strike 1 to Joseph, top of the order again for the Bucks. Fouled, 0-2. Got him. Strike 3. Third strikeout for Lash out of the bullpen. 2 down for Santiago.
Number 1, Leandri Santiago.
Ball 1. Able to utilize those sliders against Joseph, but Santiago takes it. 2-0, missing high and inside. Two and 1. Hit to first. Picked up. There's the throw, and Lash makes the catch. Nice defense out of Matthew Fogel. Inning over. Barry were on the ropes of having their season end early, but a 3-run shot from De La Pena makes it 9-3. Tampa still comfortably in top, leading to the top of the 8th. Bottom of the 7th. Casey King comes off the bench for Irigoyen, as that'll be ball 1 taken outside. So Irigoyen unsuccessful in the chase for the cycle, unfortunately. Only Pereira remains in the starting lineup, and he's playing second base right now. 2-0 now to King. This will be the first non-hit of the season for King. 1 out on the quick throw from Joseph. That'll bring up Jake Turr. Good to see King getting a bat here on senior day. That'll bring up Jake Turr. That one hit to second. And 2 pitches, 2 outs after going 2-0 down. Devine cruising as we continue. Matthew Fogel 2 down. Hit by a pitch and walked off the bench so far. Ball 1. One and one. That's going to get lined into left, and Fogel gets another hit. His second of the season. He's on base for the second time today. That'll bring up Nick Pereira with 2 down. That'll miss ball 1. One and one. That hits the outside part of the plate. That is a great off-speed pitch. Look at the reaction of Pereira. He knew that he got fooled that time around. 2 strikes, 2 outs. One, 2 on the way. That one hits him on the back shoulder. Runner advances, but he would be advancing no matter what. That did not hit him? Then what was the sound? No, I'm genuinely curious because it looked like it rolled off his shoulder. 2-2, though, to Pereira. I am genuinely bamboozled, though. I'm asking my our camera operative here. That sounded like it hit him. It sounded like it rolled off his shoulder. Anyway, Pereira gets another chance to swing away. Ball 3. He might get the free base as a result. Pereira has gotten aboard every at-bat today. 2 walks, or 2 singles, a walk, and a hit by pitch. We'll go again. They call it the lucky 7th, but so far, Tampa with 2 straight outs and a single. Trying to get back on the board after a 3 come home for the Bucks. Missing outside, and it is another walk for Pereira and for the Spartans. First walk out of the bullpen for Devine to bring up Iovino. He walked last time. Tampa as a team have been able to pick up 7 walks today. Somewhat low this weekend for the team standards. Conversely, Tampa have just walked 3 batters in response. 1 from Lash, 2 from Glanton. Ball 1 low. Iovino had his first collegiate at bat after coming on as a pinch runner in the 3rd. Struck out, but then he got on base for the first time, as that'll be a 2-0 count. There is some activity over in the Barry bullpen. You'd imagine it's maybe another senior given a chance to say sayonara. And now the 2-0. Down the line and caught. Iovino robbed of his first hit thanks to, you guessed it, another defensive stop. Great play by Trelongo. Tampa's runners left on base woes have been very prevalent today. They have left 13 on the base path on 13 hits. We'll be back in the top of the 8th. So Barry will make a couple changes off the bench. Hector Valorio gets a chance here. Junior out of Santo Domingo. There will be another change as well from Trelongo. Kenny Robinson takes the mound for the Spartans, the junior out of St. Pete. Strike 1. Kenny Robinson has had 9 outings, 14 strikeouts in 9 2/3, also 7 walks. Has only given up one extra base hit on the season. Quickly 2 strikes to Valorio. High and outside, missing that fastball. Valorio's had 3 at-bats this year. He's actually had 2 runs come home. He has actually gotten plunked twice. 3 strikeouts, 2 hit by pitches on the year. Will he get the ball in play right here? Not yet. Almost got hit again. 2-2. Exclusively fastball so far for Robinson. Got him. Strike 3. I'd love to see the velo numbers on Kenny's stuff. 1 down.
Pitching for Barry, number 16, Aramis Ramirez Jr.
Aramis Ramirez Jr. is back at the plate. He is the son of former MLB shortstop Aramis Ramirez. Funny situation happened a couple years back with Lynn University. There was a player, I believe it was Pedro Martinez Jr., or a similar name with Martinez in it. And we had both speculated whether he was related to Pedro Martinez. I had quickly checked Google, and it did not list him as one of the kids of Pedro, but Google did a very bad job summarizing the Wikipedia article. He actually was one of the kids. He stopped by the booth before the first game on Saturday to tell us, yeah, Pedro actually is my dad. So, pretty fun story there. This time, we were able to get it right with Aramis. Barry's website actually had the true info on that. I believe it was Lynn who didn't have it for the Martinez kid. 2-1 now for Robinson. Falling behind Ramirez. 3-1. He's got electric stuff. He's got somewhat wayward command. He does fit the Jack Ike archetype of 2-to-1 K-to-walk ratio. Inside, ball 4. 1 on, 1 out for Luis Morales. They won't replace him, just Smith and Trolongo.
Batting right fielder, 24, Luis Morales.
Fouled back, strike 1. That one tipped foul, 0-2. Check swing, but it bounced off the bat. Worst case scenario for Morales on that play. 2 strikes. One and 2. Good job protecting to stay alive from Morales. Swing and a tip into the glove. Strike 3. Another K for Robinson. 2 down.
Now batting the fielder number 30, Aiden Hefner.
Strike 1. Strike 2. He's given up a walk but rallied to get a second strikeout. Take us to the bottom of the 8th. Last chance for Tampa to either put 4 on the board or go to last chance saloon. Already got the catcher's gear on deck, Arzano. 1 and 2. Strike 3, hit the corner outside. Robinson strikes out the side in the 8th. Off to the bottom of the 8th now. Tampa lead by 6. First pitch strike. We apologize. Had a slight little technical problem, but got it fixed. 2 away here. We probably missed the introduction of the rookie Evan Tobias, who has had a pretty solid freshman year or actually junior year, with only 1 hit surrendered. Unlucky starts the inning for Jack Martinez and Macara. And there's the second hit conceded. Good recovery after his bad strikeout. McCaffrey on board with a single. Needed to do that with the bases loaded, but he'll take that hit now. Here's Drew Kennedy. Kennedy 0 for 2 so far. Had a very interesting play with the bases loaded last time. A ball that was hit almost foul, but barely stayed in play. Or a ball that was hit almost in play, but barely called foul. Outside ball 1. It will most likely be Kenny Robinson for the 9th, trying to close the door. Outside, 2-1. 2-0. Strike 1. Three and 1. 2 down with Casey King on deck. Three-two. Hits the corner with the slider. That will send McCaffrey in motion. 2 down. Full count. Foul will go again. Ball 4. 2 on for the Spartans with 2 down. Good walk there from Drew Kennedy. Turr on deck. That one's down the line and fair. It'll bring home a run. It is 10-3 Spartans. Urso will hold him up at second and third. So after recording his first out of the season, how about that? Casey King, RBI single. He's now 3 for 4 on the season. Was the only Spartan batting over 1,000, but now his average is back up to 750. Obviously not a qualified average, but he'll still have the bragging rights for the best average of the Tampa roster. Here's Jake Turr. Outside, ball 1. Matthew Fogel due up. Think he's going to have to get the catcher's gear off potentially. Actually, no, he's the first baseman. As that's going to be driven to left by Turr, and it is caught on the run. On to the 9th. Tampa leads by 7. Arzano leads off Kenny Robinson to try to close the door on the regular season. Already had a solid inning last time. That'll be ball one. The similar call went the way of the pitcher against Martinez. That was a little bit low, and that one's right on the black. 1-1. The first pitch looked a little bit higher from the booth, but on stream it did drop a bit lower. It'll be Arzano, Flynn, and Delafena due up as the count goes 1-2. Just a 19-pitch inning with 11 strikes in the previous frame for Robinson. Only 4 balls outside of that walk that he issued to Ramirez Jr. Good job for Ramirez Jr. to get on base. Got him, strike 3. A 4th strikeout for Robinson. He's up to 18 on the year and just 10 in the third. I've got to say, keep an eye out for Kenny Robinson. Always will be a question of control, but his stuff out of the bullpen has genuinely been great this year. Sean Flynn now with 2 hits, and the dangerous Delafena due up, although Delafena's home run is how his collegiate career comes to a close. They will be bringing on Blake Opie as a pinch hitter. That's popped and going to drop. Fair ball. Runner thinking about going, and that relay to second will just keep him at first with a 1-out single. So, Delafena has a 3-run home run to end his season as a senior. He might have wanted this at bat in the 9th, but you know what? 3-run shot is a good way to close it out. So, got to give a salute to the senior out of Coconut Creek. And here comes the junior out of Clearwater. Also from the Citrus Conference. Previously at Hillsborough Community College. Just like 2 Tampa players, including Luke Fiker. Strike 1. That one missing, 1-1. Robinson, 2-1 on the way to Opie. Quick turn. Almost got him. Flynn with a bit of an aggressive lead. And here's the 2-1. Low and in, 3-1. On deck, Dylan Joseph, top of the order. Santiago also due up. Tampa leads by 7. They led by as much as 9 before the 3-run shot by Delafena. 3-2. Payoff pitch. Ball 4. Just missing in the dirt. Second walk for Robinson. 2-1 and 1 away. Robinson will have a chance to close things out. Sunset hitting the Tampa baseball field as we continue. First pitch to Joseph. Ball 1 outside. fouled. So it'll be 1-1, 2 aboard. Runner on second. Runner on first. One away here, top of the ninth.
My scoreboard just had it as a bottom for some reason, so I just fixed it.
2-1 on the way for Joseph. 3-1 for Joseph. On deck is Santiago. And you might need to go to the bullpen here if you're Tampa. You're up by 7, but that's not an invincible lead, especially if you're struggling to hit the zone. Wonder if Robinson might be a little tired. Did have the previous inning out of the bullpen. And he'll bring the count full, though. That one fouled away. So, second full count in a row. Last time missed a low fastball. 3-2 from Kenny Robinson. High, ball 4. That'll load the bases. Santiago had a 3-run homer earlier. Coach Urso out of the dugout, but I'm pretty sure he's just issuing someone over to the bullpen. He isn't headed out to the mound. Still 10-3 Spartans. That's going to get lined into right and caught on a tumbling play. 2 down. Sac fly does bring home a run. So it is an RBI for Santiago. But a great catch by Makara. 2 down. 10-4.
Now batting designated hitter number 33, Hector Valorio.
Valorio, the final out for the Bucks. Ball 1. Struck out in his first at bat. Opened against Robinson in the 8th. He replaced Jalen Smith, and I can't blame the Berry team for making the change. Smith was slow out of the box on his final ground out. As that one's tipped in the glove, 1-1. So a 1-1 now, and actually I believe Valorio has been pinch hit again. Nope, but I got it right. I just added his number listed as 31 instead of 33. Here's Robinson. 1-2. Could be the final strike of the Spartans' regular season. Conference championship in tow. Top 5 national ranking in tow. And as long as the NCAA doesn't make what I would call the incorrect decision, regional 1 seed in tow. Robinson for a sweep against the Bucks. That one to left field, and that will fall foul. We'll go again. Out of reach of McCaffrey, but that was because it was in foul territory. And if that one went about 30 feet further and to the right, might have been one of the greatest Aura fumbles of all time. Because we'd be looking at a 3-run shot to make it 10-7. And ironically, it would be a save situation when Tampa was at 1 point leading by 9. Tampa has lost some big leads earlier this season. 9 would be a new high as the count goes 2-2. Valorio staying alive, still hitless on the year. 4 strikeouts, 2 times getting hit by pitches. He's had no other outcome at the plate. Swing and a miss. Robinson closes the door. The Spartans win. So Tampa closed the regular season with a weekend sweep. It wasn't easy for Kenny Robinson. A very lengthy final inning. But he does enough to strand 2, with just 1 hit and 1 run surrendered. He did have a couple of walks, but also struck out 5, showcasing his electric stuff. As Tampa ends their regular season 41-8. They also carry a 4-game winning streak into postseason play. For the Bucks, they'll end 2025-6 with a record of 23-26. And after entering Tampa with a winning streak in tow, the Spartans send them home with 3 straight losses. Good resiliency, though, out of the Bucks. They not only were able to take the lead and put up some big innings against the Spartans from time to time, they've had multiple clutch hits and moments from the Santiago homer, and then the triple to KO, a top pitcher in the nation, B.J. Bailey, and of course the game-saving home run in the 7th as well. Barry fought hard and fought well to close out the season strong. So it'll be John Lou Glanton moving to 11-2. The loss will be handed to Boeing, who will become 2-1 on the season. It's been a great regular season here from the University of Tampa, but the time for these games is over. Tampa finishes 27-3 as 6 in a row conference champions, and the quest for a national three-peat will begin here, barring any crazy circumstances, at the Birdcage next week. For Jack Ike, Xander Lopez, EJ Doskow, and anyone else who has helped in the booth this season, I'm Taylor Storthy. Thank you for tuning in, and stay tuned next week. It's playoff time at the Birdcage. Spartans take the sweep 10-4.